This week's hometown hero didn't graduate from Annapolis. He wasn't a West Point cadet either. Avery Wilber was a regular GI from the farm country of Navarino, Wisconsin. And as Local 5's Michelle McCormack discovered, he cheated death several times during World War II.
Anytime we can give him or any past member of our armed services recognition, I think they are well deserved. And Avery's got a special story, and I think it needs to be told.
Kevin's uncle Avery has been gone more than 20 years now, but the Purple Heart recipient's survival as a POW during World War II is the stuff of never-ending legends.
It wasn't just one prisoner of war camp, it was several, and some were worse than the other one. They were all bad.
Sergeant Wilber was serving in the Army in the Philippines when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor and thrust America into war. As a POW, he endured more than 2 years of forced labor and starvation.
He did tell us one time that if any of them ever escaped, they would shoot 2 of them that were left.
And then crowded into the Arasan Meru prison ship, which was torpedoed by Allied forces. Wilber was one of a small group that survived.
And he had a canvas around him, which was actually a sail. They put that sail up and they went towards China. At that time, China and the United States were friendly. I think he had nightmares.
Only later would Ruth learn of the lingering effects of his hardships.
My mother did say that when he first came back, I think it was more than once, they were driving somewhere down the road and an airplane went over. And he literally stopped, got out of the car, and I think he crawled into a culvert or the ditch. And she said, "What are you doing?" He says, but it just all came back because there were so many bombings and things like that.
I think the thing that struck me the most was just all the sacrifice and the hardships that he went through. And knowing him later on, after that period, I went fishing with him and did different things with him, but that was never talked about at that time.
It was much later, after attending POW conventions, that Wilber began to open up and even put his experience to paper, which is part of a new, reissued book about Navarino's history.
Considering all the stuff he went through, he was a very kind man. And he wasn't overly bitter, but we had a very nice life.
A life that revolved around a love of nature, reflected in the memorial bridge now bearing his name over the Shyok River.
It took about a 2.5-year process to get the bridge named. Governor Doyle was out here the day the ribbon was cut.
The bridge is right by the Navarino Town Hall, which contains all of Avery Wilber's service medals, including the Purple Heart. And then you can come outside at the Veterans Memorial and reflect. Far more than accolades or praise. All Avery Wilber's family wants people to do is think about what it truly means to serve.
He was just a country kid. He really got flung into some bad times, and like I say, he must have been scared to death. And I guess I just want people to remember, how these soldiers fought for our freedom, some of the things that they went through.
And we thank you for your service, Avery. Now, Avery Wilber made fire trucks for a living, but was known around Navarino as the guy who could fix anything. It's now his descendants who will tell his story, their way of serving this hometown hero.